All right, I have Cancer rising and sun. This Capricorn full moon happening on the 21st is taking place after or on around the summer solstice. I believe it depends on where you are at, but I believe that the summer solstice is the day before. So this for you, Cancer, is taking place in your 7th house, this full moon. And that is generally going to bring up stuff around relationships. That's definitely something that I'm seeing in some of the cards that I'm pulling. This is kind of a unique full moon because it is making a square to Neptune and Pisces, which is at 29 degrees in energetic or critical degree in astrology. That has to deal a lot with kind of challenging our like faith in certain ways. And if you are not fully aware of what this means, definitely go watch the overview because there's a lot more to it. But basically, I feel like there's something going on relationship wise where you guys are kind of having to maybe you're just questioning certain beliefs. Yeah, I definitely feel like that with the Four of Wands in reverse. This is when it's upright, it's a card around homecoming, joining together, celebrating in harmony with people, getting along, having fun. In reverse, it can feel like things are happening in your life that are positive. You're at the celebrations, it's kind of like in movies when they have this really excited parade or festival and everyone's happy and like cheering. And then there's that person who just, it feels like totally disjointed with that and is having their own situation go on inside. That's kind of what I'm getting with this Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, there's just something here, especially next to the Stomach card and the King of Pentacles. I don't know. I feel like you guys are just wanting something really solid. I think you guys are wanting things, within the relationship, or it could be a contract as well. It doesn't have to be like a intimate relationship, but I feel like you guys are wanting something really solid that will last a test of time, loyal, reliable, there for you in terms of relationships. And I do feel like there are maybe some, positive situations around you, but there's still something, I think, emotionally that you are disconnected from, or that you are uneasy around, or that you are denying and not seeing, that you are not accepting. There's something like that you literally might have trouble digesting. And so some of you guys could even have digestive upset from some of this if that's happening to you. If there's something going on relationally that feels amiss, you might find that you're literally having trouble with digestion. So I think that ultimately this full moon is about understanding this balance between where there are like unknown things happening, the universe kind of guiding us. And for you, I feel like this is a lot around your perspective and beliefs around relationships. Like, who are the right people in my life? Is this like, should this be happening? What do I really think about this? What's really going on here? It's like these kind of existential questions that can come up around your ability to fully connect or lean into something in your life like this. And ultimately, I think it's about trusting in the divine, but also doing our part to kind of put effort into the things that are solid in our life, right? And so, having that balance of both, where we're taking responsibility where we need to, or accountability where we need to, but also trusting this kind of larger process of unfolding that is largely out of our hands to some degree. Also really important during this moon is that the sun is in Cancer. So the sun is in your first house. You've got Venus here. You've got Mercury here. You've got quite a lot of energy of socialization and attention and attraction, which is why the Four of Wands is still indicating that people are drawn to you. People are still, there is the invitation still. There is like the party or whatever, but it's like you're not fully feeling it. And so with the sun in the first, it's also quincunxing Pluto in the 8th. I really feel like it's stirring up these shadow parts of the self and a lot of fears or insecurities. Maybe you're like overly aware of yourself, or you're uncertain of yourself, and it's just feeling maybe like yeah, just again, this disjointed energy with the positivity of the social interactions that might usually be there with how you're actually feeling inside. Um, and I think a lot of it is about kind of allowing ourselves to have a little mini crisis around this in order to upend some of this energy and process those fears. Instead of trying to control or like minimize things, it's like, what if we just felt them, and leaned into them? One of the other really important things about this full moon is that Mercury is in your first, squaring the nodes in your fourth and 10th house axis. So the north node is in your 10th house. So with Mercury squaring the nodes, generally there's some kind of decision that needs to be made. And we can go to the old or to the new. And this is largely around your public persona, your public life, your career, your goals, and your internal life. And this might be challenging you of like, do you want to open up or do you want to shut down? Do you want to do the thing that you normally do socially, or do you want to change that up? Do you want to put all your energy into your work if that's what you normally do, or do you want to be more cloistered at home and like self-care? It's kind of like asking you to choose between a more extroverted versus introverted role, a more career focused or home focused role, a productivity or emotional centered self-care role. And it's like, which one are you going to choose? Which one do you normally choose? Maybe go to the opposite direction. I think this might be guidance for you. I see the Page of Cups, King of Swords in reverse, and the Fool. So there's something here with the Page of Cups where I feel like you might have to kind of get out of your own head a little bit with this King of Swords in reverse. There's maybe a traditional way of thinking about things, or like just a common way that you normally think about things that I think it needs to have some kind of reset, basically. And it's almost like, what if we open our mind and we're inspired and curious and playful and experimental, instead of having like a specific way of like judging things or looking at things? Can we open up our mind to possibilities that we normally wouldn't have seen because of our pre-existing mindset and beliefs? So that is kind of like what I feel like this Mercury squaring the nodes is about for you guys. There's some way of looking at things. Maybe it's in relationships, maybe it's in career, both. There's some way that you're looking at things that I think isn't, or maybe it's about yourself because Mercury is in the first house. Regardless, there's some way of looking at things that I think you guys have to change. You don't have to, but in order to best follow fate and to serve you on this path of growth and evolution, it would serve you to be open and curious about the possibilities and try to like literally rewire your brain and the way that you approach things in order for this to manifest positively. Let me pull one more advice card for you guys. I feel like that message wasn't fully wrapped up. One more advice card for Cancer. Okay, we have the knowledge, ambition, and devotion. So I think that some of you guys, I kind of feel like there's two messages. One with the devotion, one with the knowledge and ambition. The knowledge and ambition, it does suit some of these messages. I did pull the King of Pentacles. I do feel like there's maybe a focus on kind of getting ahead either within your career or within learning about something. If you are studying something, maybe there's a way to advance your life through having like a different mindset about something in your material world. And one of the ways to do that is to gain more knowledge about it. So to learn more about this circumstance, to learn more about this thing, or the possibilities that are out there. It's like kind of going back to the drawing board a little bit, learning a lot about all these different subjects and then maybe diving further into one of them and then pursuing that with ambition, with devotion. And I think also devotion is probably a really big question right now in general. How devoted am I to this path? How devoted am I to this person? How devoted am I to myself? I feel like there's just a lot of questions around like blind devotion in certain senses. Am I blindly devoted to this person? Am I questioning whether this person is right for me or this is the right dynamic? Am I not devoted enough? Am I like recoiling and pulling back my energy in ways that is also not based off of reality? You know, if I'm seeing something that isn't there and then having a reaction with the Cancer to go into my shell. So there's a lot of questions are just around what is my level of commitment to this path, this person, to myself, to this thing, to the way that I support myself. So I just think that this card is a lot more broad, but in general, I feel like there's something here that you can question a little bit more and learn more about, and then commit to like a path once you've learned more about that path. So I hope that this is making sense. And I hope that this is helpful for you guys. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Cancer. If it does make sense, if it does apply, I would love to hear your situation in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends. And if you want a reading from me, check me out at Cosmic Clarity Astrology, which I will link in the description box down below. Thanks, guys. Bye.